Parker on the pull-up. 5 for 5. Making it look easy, Mike. Danny Green for 3. Puts it in. 8 3-pointer for San Antonio. Bonner for 3. Matt Bonner with his 4th 3-pointer of the afternoon. 14 of 27 overall. Setting a franchise playoff record. Bonner averaged 4 points a game in the regular season, 4 points here in this playoffs, 12 here today.
When you look at that, on their first unit with Leonard and Green, Leonard 4 for 5, Green 3 for 6. Then you add Bonner at 4 for 6. Those 3 guys are 11 for 17. And when we were talking to Lionel Hollins today, which guy gives you a problem with their second unit? He said Bonner.
Yep, right away.
Bonner came in today and has had a terrific contribution.
So under 3 minutes remaining in what has turned into a blowout victory. San Antonio led for most of the way. Memphis briefly had a 2-0 lead, and that was it. That was their only lead of the game. Corey Joseph, Neal, and a foul on the pass. What they call it against Ed Davis.
Well, if you've hung with us throughout this entire game, you notice they're so dangerous because they get into the paint off the dribble. They do not get into the paint a lot off of their half-court offense, meaning post play. They get into the paint, and then they either attack the rim or the ball is going right to the corners.
Well, I'll play this. These two can afford to laugh and enjoy and just watch the final minutes here of Game 1. Blair with the spin, flips it up and in. How about Blair with a couple of circus shots? There in garbage time down the stretch. Blair is not playing as much as he used to earlier in his career, but Greg Popovich is proud of how he's now always staying ready. There was a time where maybe he would hang his head, but not anymore.
Well, it's difficult to get in there now when they have Splitter and Diaw, and they're facing, and then Bonner. So his contribution, Bonner spreads it with the 3, and then Diaw can handle the ball for you even on the break. So they bring more to the table.
A 28-point lead. This was not expected. Famous hits a jump shot. What's the number one thing, Yubi, that Memphis has to do, or at least has to prevent San Antonio from doing?
Well, the first thing is the pick and roll with the rotation man coming up. They double team the dribbler coming off the screen. They pick up the roll man going down the middle, but they don't get the man coming back out who's behind the 3-point line. That has to be definitely cleaned up. Also, the screen and roll game in the middle of the floor where they're saying, if we go out and you do not trap, we take you off the dribble and they get into the paint. Then what happens? Ginobili and Parker have the mid-range game, or the ball goes immediately to the corner and they've been shooting a high percentage from the corner.
Blair hits the first. Let's listen to Lionel Hollins as his team getting whacked here in the fourth.
This is an opportunity for you and anybody else to show me that you deserve to play the rest of this series. Not to go out there and say, well, the game is over.
Yeah, that's what coaches like Lionel Hollins.
Absolutely.
We talked about this earlier. A big influence on Lionel Hollins, who played in that 77 championship team with the Portland Trailblazers. His head coach, Dr. Jack Ramsey, as Lure hits the shot, he says that Ramsey helped him prepare to coach while he was playing. He said Jack Ramsey gave him freedom to make decisions on the court and grow as a player. He said he was like a parent, and said Jack Ramsey was a role model for any walk of life, but especially a basketball player thinking about being a coach. An unbelievable impact that Jack Ramsey had on Lionel Hollins.
Not only on Lionel, but also anyone who played for him at St. Joe's in Philly, or with the Buffalo Braves, and in Portland and in Indiana. You know, a man's man and just a great teacher of the game.
Yeah, we send our best wishes to Jack, who's been going through a lot of health struggles recently. As the crowd gets on its feet and applauds the San Antonio Spurs for a job well done in Game 1.
Yeah, people don't understand. The main thing coaches do, Lionel Hollins and his staff, you're only down 1-0. It isn't like you're down 5-0 and 10-0. It's 1-0. Now it comes down to, can you make the necessary adjustments when your guys play better defense? Will they shoot a lower percentage in the three ball? And then that's how it goes. It goes the chess match from game to game, the adjustments that you make.
Well, as Davis will go to the line. Big win. As you see on Davis's uniform, and also as you see on all the uniforms, that DD standing for Dana Davis, the Vice President of Basketball Operations, who passed away earlier this season. They also lost their Assistant General Manager, Kenny Williamson. A couple of terrific basketball men for Memphis that they've remembered throughout the course of the regular season and here in the playoffs.
Well, we step back from this game, Mike. Great appreciation for the defensive game plan by San Antonio, their offensive execution, high percentage shots, the three-point game, and the fact that they eliminated Memphis from getting to the foul line and no second chance points, or very few.
And San Antonio now 9-2 in this 2013 playoffs as they take game one of the Western Conference Finals. Tony Parker, 20 points, 9 assists. Tim Duncan, 10 rebounds. Great defense on Zach Randolph, who was just 1 for 8 and only had 2 points. The leading scorer for the Memphis Grizzlies, having a rough afternoon to say the least. San Antonio takes the first game, led by Tony Parker, who's with Doris.
Tony, Pop talked pregame about what a dangerous half-court execution and offensive rebounding team Memphis was. What pleased you about what you did defensively?
I think it was a great effort. The whole team played great defense. We did a good job on Zach, did a pretty good job on Mark, and I think that's the key to slow down Memphis.
Memphis came in very aware of your prowess from the three-point line. How do you guys generate consistently wide-open shots from deep distance?
Ball movement was great tonight. Got great penetration from everybody, and we tried to take good shots. And even if you had a good shot, we did an extra pass, and so we shot a good percentage. It helps, makes threes. It was good for game one, so now we'll see in game two.
For long stretches, Zach Randolph looked frustrated. How do your interior guys sustain what they did today?
Well, that's the key in the series. We have to stop them, and we did good in game one, but we know they're going to come back strong in game two. They're going to play very motivated with a lot of energy, and I know Zach, he's going to come back strong in game two.
You weren't bad yourself. Thanks, Tony.
All right, thank you.
Mike.
All right, Doris. An impressive performance from the San Antonio Spurs. 14 three-pointers, the Spurs franchise record, 28 assists, and stifling defense. Final score, San Antonio 105, Memphis 83. ABC World News or your local news is coming up next, except on the West Coast. So for UB Brown, Doris Burke, producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our entire crew, Mike Breen saying thanks for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals. We'll see you again Tuesday for Game 2 on ESPN at 9 Eastern from back here in San Antonio.